good, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so very much for tuning into yet another installment of Everything Lelona, where we talk about everything and anything. And if you are new here, thank you so very much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you enjoyed, and that will make you hit that little subscribe button somewhere over here. And if you are a regular subscriber, a ganger day one, what's good, what's up, what to do? I really hope that you are well and that you are taking care of yourself, okay? So guys, as you can see from the title below, that today is a story time again, because one thing about me, I'm gonna come through with the stories, okay? So we are doing a story time about the worst sex of my life. Literally the worst sex I have ever had. And it wasn't supposed to be like that because I really liked this nigga. But before I get into that, if you haven't by now, please don't forget to like this video, comment on this video, and also guys, one thing that is important right now, because I am on the road to 1,000 subscribers, is to subscribe to my channel. And my birthday is coming up. So guys, aibo, let's get me to 1,000 subscribers before the 3rd of December. And from times as those means, but let's just do it. So I want to look to what happens, okay? So without wasting any of your time, let's get into this video. One thing about me, I'm going to drink, right? So we are having some vino, having some wine, so that we can lubricate and sip on something smooth while we digest this tea. So this is what happened, right? So the year was 2013, 2014, right? I was still a student at the time, and I was still living in Pretoria, as always, because one thing about Pretoria, that's my hood. That's my hood. So I was still living in Pretoria, and I was still a student. Now, this story started during the media vacation, right? So it is back in June, July, and I'd gone home because school was closed, ne? And one thing, when I'm in the Eastern Cape, I don't care a damn. I don't care a damn, because that's not when I'm always out. And I would say to my mom, but I will not say but in right? So that was the deal. If I'm home, I party a lot. So now it was during like the media vac, and I'd gone home. Eastern Cape. One thing about Eastern Cape. So this time around, or at this particular time, Grahamstown Arts Festival. So it's like July-ish. So it's close to me going back to Pretoria, schools reopening and whatever. So my friends and I decide, hi man, let's go to the Grahamstown Arts Festival. Because about party after the festival. We decide to drive all the way from Ekong, and we go to Grahamstown for the Arts Festival for the day. Sharp. Now, evening comes, and we decide, Silape Grahamstown, so we're going to party here. So, we party, and we go to a place called Kwamandisa. We go to a place called Kwamandisa. And Kwamandisa, man, it doesn't look, or it did not look like the name. If you get what I'm saying, because Kukwabanban, and you know those places, Kukwabanban, but we went to this place called Kwamandisa. It is packed. Kumnandi. Sekruve, guys. Sekruve. We grooved. What is the past tense ka groove? Grove. Hi, we're to Sekruve. Then Sekruve. You know when you are in a place where you know a lot of people, especially when you are someone who has been away for a very long time, and then you come back, you see abangoma, hey, hey, Uzbani, hey, now it was that kind of thing. So I was all over the place. They need oxygen, like the bees in the park, like that feeling up higher. ibindim life of the party and socializing. So I'm all over the place. I am greeting people that I haven't seen in a very long time. I'm like essentially. So I had left our table with my friends and I'd gone to greet abantu ngaphaya. Yabo? Now on my way back, I'm like, let me go to the bathroom. Ndiye bathroom. And puma a bathroom. So bathroom nansi lapha. You walk out of the bathroom, Tina sihleli somewhere there. Yabo? But because the puma and the jonga saw like in front of me, I see someone, I'm like, hi man. This person is looking at me and is like smiling. So I'm like, what is this now? So I look at him, I'm like, I know this face. So I walk towards him and I'm like, oh no man, this is this guy from Facebook. So this guy will give him the name Sandile. Sandile is a designer who is based or who was based in PE. And Sandile and I know each other from social media. Facebook to be specific. Because Facebook, then they can't buy a game. So I see Usandile and like, no man, I know this guy. And I walk towards him. And so I get to Sandile and I'm like, hey, how are you? We hug, we talk, we flirt nyana here and there. So I'm like, no man, like it's so good to see you. We exchange numbers. Nyan gets exchange numbers and then I go back to our table. Nyan get the rest of the evening continues or the evening continues and proceeds. I don't see Sandile again, like we don't talk again because we've talked for quite some time and for like a little while and we exchanged numbers already. So, account, yabo. Nyanike ipele party, we go back home. And then a day or two later, I get a text and I'm like, it's a number I don't know. So I'm like, hey, who's this? It's Sandile. I'm like, oh, okay, finally you decided to text me. Why did you not text me, Izol? He's like, no, I was just doing that thing, Yokoba. I don't want to look desperate. I'm like, oh, whatever. So we talk. He's telling me about how good I looked, how good it was to see me, and I'm hyping him back. But baby boy, you were so good looking. Like, it dreads zakho, baby. Ingasani base is scalp. You know? So I am busy hyping this guy up, and we talk, man. Like conversation flows, and we're having a good time. So Sandile and I like talk literally on a daily basis, and we talk from morning till noon. That's how good the conversation was with Sandile. So I really was like, I like him. I must mention this. At this particular point in time, I am in 2 relationships. Ne? And hi guys, you guys know me, Bendili Hule. As Kolapo, this is not what the story is about. So I am in 2 relationships. One guy is in Pretoria. One guy lives in PE, right? And it's not Sandile, so it's someone else. So he lives in PE. Sandile as well lives in PE. So Sandile and I are having conversations on a daily basis. Conversations are nice. Morning till the evening, we are calling each other. We are getting to know each other. So you know Mosilando ba thando liyavuta. Yayiva ilonto silapho. You uyanphazamisa ndiyashuta. Fikile beach. So Sandile and I are talking on a daily basis, non-stop, as I'm saying. And yeah, dilapho ne ewe. So now this guy that I was dating from PE, he says him and I had agreed ukuba on the last week of my vacation, I'll go to PE and spend the week there. Yabo? So now I'm like, okay. That week comes, he comes and fetches me. And then I say my goodbyes to my family. I'm like, okay guys, I'm going back to Pretoria. Dibahaki kanzi. You're out now. Nandela malunde dear for a week. Dear PE and dear Pretoria. I'm like, but okay. So we head to Pretoria. Soon jonga. So we head up down to PE, we get to PE, and then now what's going on is that I'll be spending the week here. And during this week, he is going to be going to work and he'll be leaving me alone in PE at his place. Yeah, now I am sebenzini, abuye in the evening, right? Because we are sebenza guys. I wasn't expecting him to not go to work because ndilapha mna. I'm gonna be here for a week. Yeah, well, so it's fine. It's okay. You can leave, baby. I'll take care of the household. It's okay. I will hold it down. I'll prepare a nice home cooked meal on a daily basis. Because one thing endizayenza mna, this is banga, ndizaba ngumakoti kodwa akho kwa ring, akho kwa lobola ekhutshiweyo. Ne? Sharp. So I go to PE, and remember Sandile lives in PE as well. So let's call this guy Kwezi, this boyfriend of mine. So Kwezi Kenyani is going to work on a daily basis. I think now it's like on a Tuesday. I tell Sandile, actually I'm in PE, Difike is all. I'm lying because Difike Sunday. So I'm like, Difike is all. And I'm at my aunt's place, so we should meet up because I'm leaving on Friday. That time I'm leaving on Sunday. But I'm fully land about to weekend because weekend in Saturday, the tied up. Yeah, bro? So I tell him, I'm like, this is a PE and let's meet up, man, during the week. Get brunch, get breakfast, whatever. But I had to make sure one as dibana before the noon, before the afternoon, because ukwezi angabuya anytime. And by the time ebuya funeka ndibe decently. Right? Makes sense. So Sunday is like, let's have brunch. We'll go to Humud. We'll see where we go at Humud. I'm like, okay, cool. So we end up going to, I think, Beer Shack. We went to a Beer Shack. It was Beer Shack. We went to Beer Shack. So we go to Beer Shack and it is good times. So it's just me and him. We drink, we have our brunch, we eat, we talk. Conversation is nice again because one thing about me, I liked this guy. So I am enjoying the conversation. So now with our brunch or on our brunch, that's when he then asked me to be his boyfriend. I was like, okay. As if I don't have a lot of my on my plate already. I already have 2 boyfriends and I'm saying, okay, let's date. Like, guys, but that's not what the story is about. The story is about the work sex that happened. Sharp. So he asked me to be his partner. I'm like, yes, baby boy, anytime, any day. Me, I'm yours forevermore. So right now, what's mine is his, what's his is mine. Gumdu wami, love of my life, I can't live without him. Gumdu amlo. So Sandile and I start dating. And fast forward, I go back to Pretoria. And now that I'm in Pretoria, we are talking. Like we literally, because now it's a long distance relationship. So funeka iqine a relationship. Funeka siyazi ba, hey, awuboni omnye umuntu apha. So I call him any time of the day. He calls me any time of the day. We are exchanging pictures literally every day. But this is how I woke up. This is what I'm wearing today. And also keneza pictures. Yabona, nudes inyana. Hey man. So the first time he sent me a nude, ne? He like literally took it like this. Sends me. So I see it. My jaw literally went here. I was like, Indo engaka. Like, I was like, will it fit?
Outie, what are you, peach? You can't get tired. You can't get tired. You can't just tell some.
So I'm like, okay, so now I know what this guy is capable of size-wise, right? So I know what he's packing. So I'm like, when you going to lay this pipe down? So I have expectations for days. So he says to me, Bana, listen man, I really miss you and I really want to see you. So I'm thinking of coming down to Pretoria and spending some time with you, because the only time that we got to spend with each other was at brunch. And you know, most guys, you need to have Lando Bana. I held you in my arms. You know? So we both are longing for that in our relationship because it hasn't happened yet. So he's like, I'm gonna come down to Pretoria over the weekend. I'm gonna fly down to Joburg and I'm gonna come to Pretoria and spend the weekend with you. I'm like, no problemo, come through. So I was living alone at this time. I was living alone. So he comes. He lands in Joburg or Tambo International Airport. He lands at OR Tambo. He takes the Gautrain train from the airport to Hatfield, and then I pick him up a Gautrain station, or I go fetch him at the Gautrain station in Hatfield. And if you know me, you know about Andy a public display of affection. I'm really not a fan of PDA. But when I saw him, I literally ran to him. I jumped on him and I kissed him right there and then. Because I was so excited to see Umtuam, guys. Love of my life. So we go from the Gautrain station, we go to my place. We get there, he changes, like he puts down his bag, we like hug, we kiss, and then we go to my bedroom. Now when we get to my bedroom, he's like, I need to change these clothes and get into something comfortable. So I'm sitting on the bed and I'm watching him change. I'm like, so I look down there, I'm like, a corner. And what I saw, it is there. It is there. And now I start to get nervous because I'm like, today is the day. So I'm like, today it's gonna happen, and I'm kind of nervous because wow. Ne? So he makes himself comfortable, he changes, and then we sit on the sofa, we talk, we order food, like we are just having so much fun with just the both of us. We're drinking, we're talking. Siya catch up, cause we haven't had this. So we sit there. Come now the evening, we go, and it's time to go to bed. This is where it happened. You know how nervous you get when you are going to be engaging in coitus with someone for the very first time, and you really like this person. You want to essentially impress them. But I was saying, when you are going to be engaging in coitus with a person that you really like, and it's for the first time, you want to impress them, right? So I'm nervous. I'm like, I hope no mistakes happen. I hope no accidents happen because I really like this guy. And I want this to work. Even though we get there, but I want this to work as well. Hey, we get into bed. We're still talking, we're still laughing, yeah. I think both of us are nervous at this time because we're like, when is it gonna happen? Should it happen immediately when you get into bed, or should we try sizulise, and then 30 minutes in, like what? How is this gonna happen? Yeah, we get into bed. He will talk. He holds me. I'm like, oh, I feel so safe in your arms. I feel so safe in your arms. I'm like, okay, no, I think now I'm ready. I think I'm ready. So I even him get always the first move. I start kissing him. And hi man, it's seriously kissing. I go, kiss is serious, E.T. Let's do more. Let's do all of it. Now start kissing, we start getting passionate. We start breathing heavily. Because gazi liyashisa manje. Gazi liyashisa njengamanje. So we do all the things that you do before the actual penetration. Ntule man Mike, ntule gospel ba, you raise me up so I can stand on mountains. Yaba, they raise up. Die raise up. So I do all that. Now it's time to go in. It's time. It's game time. It's game time. To be ready. He goes in. He comes out. He goes in again and he comes. Underwhelming, right? Underwhelming, ne? That's how I felt. I was like, what the hell just happened? What the hell just happened? He literally went in, he came out, he went in again, and he came. So I'm like, okay, maybe unevas. I think una nerves. No, una nerves yana. I think he's nervous. So let me give him 30 more minutes mhlambi to regain his strength. Give me 30 minutes. Ndiqale phansi because ndisafuna momos andithi bana uphethe package and the package yakhona engathi yenza zona ezi zinto. Give me 30 more minutes. Phinde ndiqale phansi ndaba. Raise up the things. I erect the walls of Jericho by myself. Pinde into it in the lab. So now let's fight. Let's go. Let's go. It's game time, baby. I'm ready. Same thing happens. Guy literally went for like 5 pumps and came. Haibo, Sandile. So now I'm like, I lost stronger because I'm like thinking, should I say something or should I kept quiet, Mina. I kept quiet. That hula, guys, I was like, oh, that was so good. P. I didn't think this guy was gonna be here for the whole weekend. On Saturday, I was like, I just got a call from work. Remember I said to you, I was dating someone from Pretoria. I was like, I got a call from work. I need to go in for a few hours. So I told this guy I was dating from Pretoria, Bana, listen, I'm going to be in your hood for like an hour. Ndicela izinto ezimnandi. Please. Ndicela izinto ezimnandi quickly. Ndizophinda ndibuyele kwami endlini because khona nje into engekho right. I literally left him at my place on the Saturday and went to get some good from a person who I knew would lay it good. So guys, that was a story. It was so underwhelming, just like the story. But I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and also guys, we are getting to 1,000 before the 3rd of December. Please, for my sake. So cling, I'll drink to that.